I have been having, I'd say, my own internal struggles about deciding to share more about myself. I grew up in a family where privacy was held very high. I also just feel like sometimes I don't even know if any of this information is new or news, but I feel like it's holding me back in terms of my own coaching. I think it's also difficult for me to feel like I am being authentic in myself if I am not sharing more about myself and who I am. And so this series that I'm doing right now is really about how can I tell you to jump in a pivot and a change when you may not know that I've actually done this about 5 times in my life, sometimes on accident, most times on accident, and then sometimes on purpose. It's really an opportunity to look at 5 times at least that I have pivoted. And these are like big pivots. I think we also go through some course corrections from time to time, but I don't call those pivots. Pivots are when it's, oh my gosh, this isn't working. I need to do something else. And it may require me to have to dismantle my life or make some hard choices in order for me to move forward. And I have done this at least 5 times, and I am counting, probably more, but for the sake of keeping it to specific moments in time that I can viscerally tell you that this was something I knew I needed to do and that I wasn't going to be able to keep on, I would say 5 times. This series is, I'm calling it the, transition pivot. This is for women specifically navigating transition or needing reinvention or have a quiet knowing that something is off and that you are going to have to make a fork in the road or make a decision on a fork in the road, or you just know that something's not working and you haven't discerned what it is yet, but you know that it's going to require you to have to make a big change. Oftentimes, this comes down to values alignment. Something isn't aligning for you anymore. Maybe something you used to be really interested in and prescribed to just doesn't fit who you are and who you want to be, who you're evolving into as you continue to go through life. That is totally normal. This is also for women who have leaned on their community to get through, or who maybe don't have a community and would like to find one so they can do this without feeling stuck or by themselves. So when you know, is one of the taglines that you're going to hear through here, because I really feel like we all have an inner knowing, a deep knowing when something isn't working or is off. And sometimes we choose to ignore it, or sometimes we just, avoid, bury your head in the sand, pretend like you don't know what's going on. But usually it gets louder and bigger and it will come crashing down. You can either hear it in the early stages of a quiet whisper and inner knowing, or you can wait until it turns into a OMG, what happened? This is not what I planned. Whether you hear it early or you hear it after the whole house is on fire, no judgment. We're all learning. We're all figuring it out. There's no instruction manual to this thing called life. And so I just want to ensure that you are aware that there is no one way or right way to go about doing this. I'm going to upload these. I might, share something about them, but I really would just want to get this off of my chest, if I'm honest. And so I'm leveraging this as an opportunity to do so. Thank you. And hopefully this resonates with those of you who are going through this as well. All right. Thank you. Bye bye.